the question. So the question is, how much budget do I need for Google Ads? And this is, I think, one of the most common questions which is asked by many, or how much budget do I need? And my reply to this question is, first of all, if you are new to Google Ads, you've not run any campaigns before, use or set up a budget which you are comfortable losing. Now, I'm not saying waste your money, throw away the budget, give all your cash to Google, nothing like that. If you don't have any data in your account, we need to test first. Testing can take anything from 60 to 90 days, whilst we're optimizing the campaigns as well, obviously. And what I mean by testing is also that I don't mean that we won't get any results for 90 days or 60 days, not at all. You may start getting leads or sales within a matter of hours or days as soon as the campaign starts to run. But it may be at an expensive price because we haven't put in negative keywords, we haven't tested the ads and the landing pages and so on. So first of all, you need to test. And this is where the budget comes in. We don't know. So I would always say, if it's a big company spending tens of thousands of dollars, then they will allocate a certain budget. That's not a problem. But for small to medium-sized businesses, I would say try to aim for 30 clicks per day. Because you don't want 2 or 3 clicks per day. Otherwise, nothing is going to happen. You're going to get frustrated. Oh, nothing is happening after 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Get a handful of clicks or visitors to your website per day to see what is happening or not happening. Now, that click could be $1 or it could be $100. That's how you will work out. So for me to give you a number, it just won't make any sense. Because if I tell you, oh, you need to budget $50 a day and your click cost is $100 a day, you'll never get a click. So always go by the click and then multiply it by your average CPC. Now, again, if you haven't got any data in your account, then you go by the keyword planner and see what the estimated top of the page average CPC is. And then you start to run the campaigns. And that's how I would budget. But always start with a budget which you are comfortable running. How do I get my ads to rank number 1 in Google Ads? This used to be quite common when we had that average position before. Now, obviously, we don't have the average position anymore in Google. So all you can do is to see the search impression share, the search impression lost by budget or by ad rank, and so on, and see how competitive your bids are. So it's a combination of 2 things, bids and budgets. You don't want to rank number 1 for just 2 hours of the day and then or show any ads for 2 hours of the day because you are bidding so aggressively to stay at the top that you are paying a high price for your clicks. Your ad budget is depleted very quickly and your ads don't run through for most of the day. So what you want to do is to have a fine balance of the search impression share. So what we like, or I would like to see, is at least 70% of the ad search impression share. Then I know that I'm getting most of the impressions, I'm competitive in the auction, and I'm not losing out big time. For brand campaigns, I would like to see at least 90% of the impression share, because I don't want to lose out on brand for sure, especially by budget. You should never have restrictions on the brand campaign by budget. And I think I've got another question about the brand campaign, so I'm going to answer that in a bit as well. So that's how I would go about getting my ads ranked. Okay, I only want Great and qualified leads. How can I do that? You can get a lot of unqualified lead, people who are looking for free stuff and they don't have the money to buy, and you want to minimize that. So the way we do this is through using an little application when they book a call. So we have a funnel, and I'm going to show you in a minute. We have a funnel where somebody will opt in first. Let me show you. This will then clarify everything. So we drive traffic to this page. They put in the opt-in, and then they go to this page. Once they've opted in, right? Then they watch the video, the masterclass, and then there's another call to action where they go onto my calendar page. So when we are booking, so this is a lead for us, right? Somebody is scheduling a call. Now this lead could be somebody who is completely not relevant to us or not qualified lead. So what we do is when they book in a time, they put in the name, email, or whatever, and then we have these questions. How much are you spending? What are you looking for? Have you got the resources? And so on. This way, you will know that if somebody hasn't got any money or resources, then we would kindly decline that application or the consultation. I would say we reject around 30 to 40% of the leads. Just by looking at that application, we can quickly assess that they are not the right fit for us. It has to be a right fit for each one of us. You need to be a good fit for us, and we need to be a good fit for you. And that's how the qualified leads work out. And by having a little questionnaire on your form or the calendar application, you can pre-qualify or disqualify. You can also do this by putting in a number in your ads or your video ads. So let's say you're selling something for $100. You can say, oh, buy my stuff for $100. If they can't afford 100, they're unlikely to click on that ad. And those who say, yeah, $100 is fine, I want to see what they've got and what's this all about, then they're going to carry on through to into the funnel. That's how we would go about doing it. Okay, is SEO better than Google Ads? Okay, this is again a very commonly asked question. Is PC better than Mac? Nikon better than Canon? SEO, Google Ads better than SEO or Facebook? You need to do both. And the SEO has got no effect on your Google Ads, and Google Ads has got no effect on your SEO. Now, Google is in the business of getting clicks. That's how they get paid and make money. 98% of their revenue, I believe, comes through Google Ads. Lots of their products like analytics, Gmail, Data Studio, and so many hundreds of products they've got. They give it away for free to build up that brand. But AdWords or Google Ads is where they make all the money. You will find either on the desktop or on the mobile, the top 4 are all ads. And then they've got the Google Maps, then they've got the organic ranking. Especially on the mobile, the whole mobile screen is covered with ads, and you're more likely to click on the ads than scroll all the way down to the bottom of the page. We as a business, we have our marketing strategy for both. And especially when it comes to SEO, we would like to target the video SEO. And what I mean by that is this. Let me open this up, another window. I'm going to show you something. All right. And this is a strategy very few people are using. So I've typed in learn Google Ads 2022. This is a keyword which we are targeting. So as you can see, these are the 4 ads at the top, which is fine. And now we have got videos, which I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 videos. And then the organic rankings are coming at the top. Now, Udemy is a high authority website, one of the highest authority websites out there. For me as a business owner, there's no way in the world I could compete with them. But guess what? Nobody can compete with me when it comes to video SEO. So what you want to do is you can either put in SEO or video SEO. We get ranked for thousands of keywords now on Google, page 1 organically as well as YouTube. So we invest. This is not free traffic, by the way, because it is free on that click, but there's a lot of work which is being done behind it. Like I'm investing my time over here, doing this live stream. Then we'll download this, chop them into mini videos, repurpose them all over the internet, tag them, put the descriptions in, SEO it, and then it's going to start to rank in Google. It's not just a simple case of putting up a video and you get ranked in Google page 1. Everybody will be on page 1, and that's not the case. So you need to do it. So SEO, again, is not free. People think it's free, but you need to invest resources and money to rank on Google. And then obviously we run Google ads, and most of our ads are run via YouTube ads. So video ads, we run a fair amount. Okay. Why should I bid for my brand terms when my organic ranking is number 1? I don't want to pay Google for the click. Why wouldn't you pay Google for that click? Why would you let your competitors to come above your organic? Because as I said earlier on, the ads come up at the top, and I've just shown you that, right? The ads come at the top and then the organic rankings. I can bid on your brand terms, your company name, even your name. So if somebody is searching for your name, my ad will show as long as I've got the budget and the ad rank and so on. So potentially my ads can show. I will rank above you. So somebody can see and read my message before they come to your organic listing. And if you're not ranked 1 or 2 and you further down the page, they're going to scroll on the mobile. That's where 90% of the traffic is nowadays. And then they're going to give up and they'll go to the top and they say, oh, this looks interesting. I'll go and check them out. Even if you are trademarked, I can bid on your name. I can't use your name in my ads if you are trademarked, but I can bid on it. So I can bid on Apple, iPhone, Samsung, or whoever it is in the world. Even Google, I can bid on them, but I cannot use the terms, the trademark terms in my ad. Most small businesses aren't trademarked. So if I want to use your name, which won't be very nice, because I wouldn't like somebody using my name in their ad. So, we don't do it. Some companies do it. I don't feel it is ethical to use somebody else's name or brand in an ad to attract that click. But that's a different discussion and debate. I would always bid on my brand and to keep that top spot for me and stop my competitors ranking for number 1. So this is why I will always run my ads for my brand name. You may or may not agree with this, but this is my humble opinion. How long does it take to optimize my Google Ads campaigns? Again, it depends on the budget. If you are spending hundreds or thousands of dollars or pounds in a day, obviously you're going to get more data into the account a lot more quicker than if you were spending 10 or 15 pounds a day. So it really depends on how small or big your budgets is. And optimization is not a case of set and done and forget. It is a continual process. Google is going to show more and more of your ads to irrelevant queries, because now exact match is not exact anymore, right? So they will show your ads to close variants of your exact match keyword, which you don't want to show it for. So you have to keep adding negative keywords to combat that that variation. It's a continuous process, but to give you an idea, as long as you are brand new to Google, you haven't got any data in your account, and you're starting with a small budget of about under £100 or dollars a day, I would say at least 90 days you need to make your optimization work pretty well, because by that time you will have, or you should have, a fair amount of negative keywords. Target those queries which are coming through and adding them into your account, which are good, and taking out all the bad ones as negatives, which are showing your ads. What is the best type of campaign in Google Ads? There isn't any. It really depends on the goals of your campaign, whether it's a brand building, top of the funnel, middle or bottom of the funnel campaigns, shopping campaigns, lead generation, video, search, display, so many different touch points as well. For me, the best type of campaign strategy is being at every touch point possible wherever my audience goes. So they go on YouTube, they potentially see me. They go on the display network, they see my ads. They go on search, Gmail, or wherever, or Discovery Network, they see my ads. So we want to hit our audience wherever possible, as many times as possible, because you're not going to get the conversion just by one person visiting your website and convert. Yes, you will get a very small, minute percentage, maybe 2 or 3%, but the majority of them are going to bounce off after they've clicked your ad, come to your website or landing page, and then they're going to go away. That's where you need to follow them around the internet, build up that brand. So anyone who is viewing this live stream or watching this as a recording or view any of my videos on YouTube, I'm building up a huge remarketing list. So I can go into my Google Ads account and say to Google, show this ad to anyone who has viewed any of my videos from my channel. So just like email marketing, many marketers or most marketers will say the money is in the list. Well, the money is also in the pixel list, because the more people you pixel, the better it is for you. You're going to grow your business. You're going to grow your audience, because more people see you, know you, like you, and trust you, the more they are going to convert. So I would say go on every channel. Search, display, video, shopping, if it's an e-commerce store, Facebook, Instagram. So you can see you got 4 of the biggest platforms: Google, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. You don't need any more traffic, to be honest with you. These 4 will be more than enough to skyrocket your business. The questions. Okay, Dr. Aman Ahuja from LinkedIn. Thank you for sending this in. In YouTube ads, can you put keywords? Yes, you can target by keywords. It restricts the The traffic, what we tend to do more is to target by custom audience or custom segment, in-market audiences, and so on. But yeah, certainly you can put in keywords, and Google say that they are going to show your ads on those videos which have your keywords in them, in the title especially. But that doesn't seem to be the case, and it's again a game of whack-a-mole. You have to keep stopping your ads being shown on videos which don't have your target audience. And one thing which I would definitely advise you is stop your ads from showing on mobile apps. That is the biggest drain on your budget. You can't do this in the interface. You can do that through the free Google Ads editor tool. We only see categories but can't put keywords. No, Dr. Aman, you can do that as well. I think you just need to look around in your interface and you will find the keywords there as well. And there's now a warning comes up at the top that keyword is going to restrict the traffic or the audience or something along those lines. But keywords, we use it, but not a lot, to be honest with you. I'm building an international website. Please advise some highlights in SEO for Google. Well, the best tip I can give you is create content regularly. I've shown you my SEO results just now. Video SEO is so easy. So if you are building up a site for the international market, then video has got to be at the center, at the heart, and the core of your marketing mix. From here, we create multiple pieces of content in video format, blog post, which is text, audio, which is the podcast, and so on. But everything starts from a video. And that's the best advice I can give you and everyone else over here. You are missing out on a huge opportunity to generate leads or sales by using video. Hello, Fox B2. Is it possible to apply a single ad group across 44 individual campaigns? I don't see any reason why not. But why would you do that if it's... I think what you're trying to say is, can we just have one single ad group in a campaign? So you will have 44 ad groups, one ad group per campaign. You can't just have one ad group and 44 campaigns. That's what, because the ad groups hold your keywords and your audiences, your ads, everything in an ad group. If you have got so many campaigns, then the best way to do this is to copy paste in editor. This is going to take like 2 seconds and get it all done. Whereas if you try and do this in the interface, it's going to take you ages. Can you use UTM parameters and auto tagging at the same time? I don't think you need to use both of them at the same time. One or the other will be fine. So I don't see any reason why you would do that. UTMs will be will be fine to track, and especially when you are bringing your leads into a CRM. That's what we use. So GC Click ID, and this is what Mike was referring to, is the auto tagging. If you are generating leads especially, and you want to track, let me go back a bit. When your conversions happen offline, i.e. in my funnel and in my case, and this is a really good example, somebody will opt in, watch the webinar or the masterclass or the VSL, then they'll book into the calendar. That's booked. That's a conversion done. They have not converted into a client. Google knows that we've got a booked. So we've got two custom conversions. One is an opt-in, one is a booked appointment. But Google doesn't know how much that client has spent or when they have converted. So using GEC Click ID, we can import that value back into our CRM. From our CRM, I know this, John Smith came, he booked the appointment, and then he spent 5,000. Google needs to know that value. So through that, we can import it back into Google Ads, because that GEC Click ID has got all the click details, which campaign, which ad, keywords, and so on, all the information it needs. So when it imports, and we use a Zapier to do that, and it can be all automated from your CRM. We use Go High Level, and the leads go into our Google Sheet. From there, it goes into Google Ads. So that is why we need to use this Click ID. What tools can we use for more customer intent keyword research? There is SpyFu as well, SEM Rush. There are loads and loads out there. We tend to just use the keyword planner, to be honest with you, because that's where all of these apps and software take the data from Google. That's where it originates. So, and also, as long as you keep an eye on your search term queries, that's a gold mine as to what people are searching for. And any good ones, you put them in your campaigns. Any bad ones, you put them as negatives. And that's how we keep on evolving our campaigns with more stuff. Conversions are recording in Google Analytics, but not in Google Ads, even though accounts are linked. Any ideas? So I presume that conversion came through Google Ads. There will be a lag by the time the conversions come through into Google Ads, and trying to match Google Ads and Analytics is never going to happen. There will always be some discrepancy. It's good that you linked analytics and ads, and you're importing those analytics goals or events in Google Ads. What you don't want to do is double count. So anything which is coming through Google Analytics, in the good old days before, we used to not include in the conversion column. Now it has become primary and secondary. So the analytics ones, we can keep it as secondary, and the Google Ads one as primary, because the Google Ads, the tag or the algorithm looks at the Google Ads data a lot more, and it's going to see the conversion tracking. So you must put that tracking and the tags in for Google Ads to optimize your campaigns. But other marketers will say differently, that, oh, we only use Google Analytics. Each to their own, but that's what we do. We go with the Google Ads conversion data, which I believe is more accurate than analytics. Okay. In a previous session, you have told us high priority, high bid, medium priority, medium bid. What is that strategy? Please, can you explain? It's extremely difficult to explain it without showing you how it works. So there are 3 levels of priority: high, medium, and low. So high priority, it wasn't high priority, high bid, it's high priority, low bid. So what we want to do is, if I'm selling an iPhone, I want all those queries which don't have the intent. How does a camera on an iPhone work? Or need more information on iPhone or something like that. We want to keep adding them as negative keywords without having to pay a fortune for that click. So the high priority low bid is what it is, the lowest bid. So let's say at that level, I'm bidding 25 cents. Medium priority, medium bid is where we bid on the brands. Now, we can't bid on keywords, obviously, for shopping, but we scout the traffic using a very sophisticated series of negative keyword lists. and then it's going to sculpt from high priority, low priority, high priority, low bid into medium priority, medium bid. And then the converters or the winners, which have had 5 conversions or 10 conversions, where we know we don't want to miss out in that auction, we bid the highest bid. So this is how the 3 levels of priority work. Reasons for disapproval of ad tags, loads of reasons there could be. Google will usually tell you that if you have got excessive capitalization, or the grammar is not correct, because they don't want to show a really bad ad on their platform, right? Google wants to give, why do we love Google is because we get the best experience. We won't see any ads which has got, words which we shouldn't have, typos or grammatical errors and so on. So it's going to tell you for disapproval, you go and fix your ad, send it for approval, and it should be fine. Another one could be a page 404 error. There's sometimes the website is down, the landing page is not working. So obviously they don't want to show ads for someone to go to a 404 page, although they get the click and they get paid, but that's not the point for them. They want to send somebody from the right ad to the right place.